Absolutely. Here is the motivational speech titled The Body Reset: How Women Should Eat and Exercise for Health, Fat Loss, and Energy, written in a powerful, unapologetic, and emotionally charged style, inspired by Mike Johnson's tone, but without naming him. For far too long, health, fitness, and performance science has centered around one baseline, the male body. The studies, the protocols, the recommendations, they were all written with a male blueprint in mind, and then they were handed to women like a one-size-fits-all manual. But here's the truth that's been ignored for generations. Women are not small men. Your physiology is distinct. Your hormones operate in complex rhythms. Your metabolism, your nervous system, your recovery process, none of it follows the male pattern. And yet, you've been expected to follow the same fasting regimens, the same high-intensity workouts, the same macronutrient ratios, and somehow expect the same results. But that's not how your body works. You don't burn fuel the same way, you don't recover the same way, you don't respond to stress, sleep deprivation, or training the same way, and pushing harder with a man-made plan doesn't make you stronger. It often makes you exhausted, injured, or hormonally imbalanced. Your body was built for resilience, for endurance, for dynamic adaptation, but only when it's supported your way. The female body shifts every month. Estrogen rises and falls. Progesterone primes your system for recovery or drains your energy. Cortisol interacts with your metabolism differently depending on your cycle. Even your hydration needs change throughout your menstrual phases. And if you're in perimenopause or beyond, those shifts become even more nuanced, but still powerful. When training plans and nutrition strategies ignore this biology, they set women up for failure. Not because women are weak, but because they're working with the wrong map. You've been told that willpower is the answer. That hunger is strength. That overtraining is discipline. But the truth is, a plan that ignores your biology is not discipline, it's disconnection. This reset begins by honoring the science of the female body. It begins when we stop copying and start customizing. It begins when we recognize that your strength is not a replica. It's original, and it requires its own formula. For years, the menstrual cycle has been treated like an obstacle, a nuisance to push through, an inconvenience that disrupts training, energy, or focus. Society conditioned women to see their cycle as a monthly liability, something to mask, minimize, or ignore altogether. But the truth, backed by science and lived experience, is far different. Your cycle is not a weakness. It is a finely tuned metabolic advantage. Each phase of the menstrual cycle holds distinct biochemical shift, unique patterns of strength, sensitivity, endurance, and recovery potential. The rise and fall of estrogen and progesterone aren't random. They are strategic. They affect how your body builds muscle, burns fat, stores glycogen, manages insulin, and recovers from stress. During the follicular phase, estrogen begins to rise, enhancing your ability to utilize carbohydrates efficiently. This is when your body becomes more responsive to intense strength training and hyper-performance output. It's a prime time for building lean muscle and pushing new limits. Your pain tolerance increases, your mood elevates, your recovery accelerates. This is not a coincidence. This is optimization coded into your biology. As you approach ovulation, estrogen peaks, confidence rises, strength peaks, coordination sharpens. It's no surprise that many women feel they're most powerful in this phase. It's nature's built-in performance window. But to unlock it, you must first recognize it, not suppress it. Then comes the luteal phase, when progesterone enters the equation. Your body shifts to a greater reliance on fat as fuel. You may feel slightly slower or more fatigued. But this phase is not a deficit. It's a call to change the strategy. Training can shift to moderate intensity, more recovery, and stability work. Your metabolism revs higher. You actually burn more calories at rest, and nutrient timing becomes even more critical. It's a powerful time for restoration, for resilience building, for tuning in not backing down. And in the days before menstruation, when everything feels a little more tender, your mood, your energy, your body, this isn't a signal to quit. It's a signal to listen more deeply. Your body is preparing to reset itself again. It's cleansing, recalibrating, readying itself for another cycle of power. But most fitness plans ignore this rhythm entirely. They treat every day the same. They demand linear progression in a system that was never meant to be linear. Women are cyclical beings in a linear world, and that disconnect leads to burnout, frustration, and shame when results stall. But when you align your training and nutrition with your cycle, when you respect the metabolic shifts that occur weekly instead of monthly, something changes. Fat loss becomes sustainable. Strength becomes repeatable. Energy becomes predictable. You stop fighting your body and start flowing with it. You stop burning out. You stop second guessing your willpower. You stop believing that something's wrong with you. One of the most dangerous lies women have been sold is this: if you want to lose weight, you have to eat less. Eat less, move more, cut calories, skip meals, push through hunger, ignore the cravings, their weakness. Feel tired, that means it's working. This is not a strategy, it's metabolic sabotage. You were never meant to shrink your way into strength. You were meant to fuel your way into power. But we live in a world that celebrates restriction and punishes nourishment, especially for women. Here's the truth most fitness culture won't say out loud. You can't burn fat on empty when your body senses starvation, whether from extreme calorie restriction, chronic undereating, or skipping meals. It doesn't say, time to burn fat. It says, time to survive. It slows your metabolism. It hoards fat. It breaks down muscle tissue. It increases cortisol, the stress hormone that clings to belly fat like a life vest. Your thyroid starts to downshift, your energy tanks, your sleep quality crashes. Your cravings spike, and worst of all, your body stops trusting you because biologically your body isn't trying to punish you, it's trying to protect you. It doesn't know you're trying to fit into a dress or see abs in the mirror. It thinks you're running from a famine, and when you're underfed, it does the only thing it knows: hold on to every ounce of energy it can. So when women restrict calories, they often see quick drops on the scale. But what they're losing isn't just fat, it's muscle, hydration, hormonal balance, and metabolic stability. And when the crash comes, because it always does, so does the rebound. Fat comes back faster. Energy drops lower. Self-blame grows louder, but there's another way. Fueling is not the enemy, it's the unlock. When you eat enough of the right things, protein to build, healthy fats to regulate hormones, smart carbs to energize, your body trusts you again. It feels safe to let go of fat. It has the raw materials to build lean muscle. It has the nutrients to balance your hormones, regulate your cycle, and restore your glow. Food isn't the problem, it's the foundation. Calories are not the enemy, they're your body's currency, and when you start fueling with purpose, everything changes. You stop dragging yourself through the day. You stop crashing at 3 p.m. You stop feeling cold, anxious, bloated, or foggy. You start waking up with clarity. You lift heavier, you recover faster, you smile more, because your body finally has what it needs to feel alive again. The body doesn't punish you when you eat, it performs. It doesn't betray you when it's fed, it transforms. So stop treating hunger like it's a flaw. Stop using food as a reward or punishment. Fuel is not weakness, it's wisdom. For years, women have been told the same story: don't lift too heavy, you'll get bulky. Stick to cardio, keep it light, keep it lean, tone don't build. And so, entire generations of women were ushered into a fitness model built on fear. Fear of muscle, fear of strength, fear of stepping into the weight room and taking up space. But here's the truth the industry rarely says: muscle is not your enemy, muscle is your engine. It is not just aesthetic, it is not just strength. Muscle is metabolic gold. It burns calories while you sleep. It regulates blood sugar, it stores glucose more efficiently, it supports your joints, your bones, your posture, your longevity. It's the insurance policy against aging, disease, and metabolic decline. And more importantly, muscle gives you freedom. Cardio has its place, movement matters, but hours on the treadmill won't rebuild your metabolism. It won't correct the damage done by years of undereating and overstressing your body. It won't give you the long-term fat loss you're after, because cardio burns calories only while you're doing it. Muscle, on the other hand, keeps burning even when you rest. Every pound of muscle you build turns your body into a more efficient, more powerful, more self-sustaining machine. And no lifting heavy won't make you masculine. It will make you capable. It will make you resilient. It will make you stand taller, move better, recover faster, and feel more alive in your skin than any scale number ever could. But there's another piece to this. You must train smart. Training smart means honoring your body's cycles. It means recovering with as much intention as you train. It means progressive overload, not chaos. It means choosing form over frenzy, function over fatigue, because random workouts don't build consistent strength. Strategic ones do. Lifting heavy isn't about ego, it's about economy. You do more with less. You train smarter, not longer. You activate the systems that support longevity, not just short-term sweat. This is especially vital for women moving through perimenopause and beyond. As estrogen declines, muscle becomes harder to maintain, but more critical than ever. Without resistance training, muscle loss accelerates, bone density weakens, fat redistributes, and energy evaporates. But with the right kind of lifting, you rewrite the story. You maintain muscle mass, stabilize hormones, and preserve vitality well into your 40s, 50s, and 60s. This isn't about building a body that's just beach-ready. It's about building a body that's life-ready, salient, responsive, and ready to carry you wherever you want to go. And when a woman walks into a gym, picks up something heavy and owns it, not just physically, but emotionally, she doesn't just train her body. She trains her mind to stop shrinking and start showing up. Every rep is a reminder you are powerful, you are worthy of strength. You do not need permission to be bold, to be seen, to take up space. There comes a point in every woman's life when the whispers begin. You start to hear it from the media, from doctors, from society. You're slowing down. It's all downhill from here. Your body is changing. Better get used to less energy, more weight, weaker bones, hot flashes, brain fog, mood swings. And slowly the narrative is planted that perimenopause is a decline, that menopause is a loss, that your best years are behind you. But that story, it's not science, it's surrender, because perimenopause isn't the beginning of the end. It's the beginning of the reset. This is not a breakdown, it's a recalibration. It's your body saying, you've done the hard work, you've created life, you've shown up, you've carried generations. Now it's time to evolve. Yes, things are shifting. Hormones are fluctuating. Estrogen is dropping, progesterone is waning, and your body doesn't respond the same way it once did. But that doesn't mean you are broken. It means your strategy has to rise to match your biology. This is the time to stop chasing the methods that worked in your 20s, because your body isn't the same. It's wiser now, more sensitive to stress, more selective about what works. And when you honor that, when you support it with strength training, protein, focused nutrition, recovery, and stress management, you don't decline, you ignite. Muscle becomes your armor. Fuel becomes your power. Rest becomes your advantage. Movement becomes medicine. And mindset becomes your most powerful hormone, because what no one tells you is that this stage, this transition, can be the most transformative chapter of your life. It's when women reclaim their time, their voice, their power. It's when the need to please fades and the desire to thrive finally takes center stage. It's not about fighting age, it's about aligning with it. Not resisting change, but rising with it. This is the moment when your body says, no more pushing through pain, no more starving for the scale, no more silencing the symptoms. This is the moment when you pause, reevaluate, and rebuild on your own terms. Perimenopause is the truth. Tell her. It exposes everything that's no longer serving you: poor sleep, bad food, toxic stress, shallow breathing, outdated beliefs, and in that exposure lies opportunity, not to return to who you were, but to rise into who you're becoming. For decades, women have been sold a lie wrapped in a number, a lie that your worth is found on a scale, that the smaller you are, the healthier you are, that success is measured in pounds lost, inches trimmed, clothes that fit tighter and tighter, until you disappear altogether. But real health, it isn't found in a dress size, it's found in your power, because health isn't how small you look, it's how fully you live. It's the strength to lift your kids without strain. It's the energy to get through your day without crashing. It's the clarity to speak your truth without shrinking. It's the confidence to walk into a room and not ask for permission to be there. You can be thin and weak. You can be slim and sick. You can fit into the smallest jeans in the store and still feel miserable, anxious, and exhausted. Because health is not aesthetic, it's alignment. It's your muscles firing with purpose, your metabolism working with you, not against you, your hormones in rhythm, your sleep restorative, your gut calm, your brain sharp. Health is about waking up and feeling alive, not depleted. And the real irony, the more you chase a small, the more your body rebels. You restrict food and your body slows down. You overtrain and your muscles break down. You stress about every calorie and your cortisol skyrockets. And suddenly you're doing everything right and getting nowhere because your body isn't asking you to get smaller. It's begging you to get stronger. Strong isn't a look, it's a state. It's the way you carry yourself. It's the way you bounce back. It's the way you don't get blown over every time life hits you sideways. It's the deep knowing that you don't owe anyone a number, a comparison, or an explanation. Health is the meal you eat because it fuels you, not because it fits a macro. Health is the workout you do because it makes you feel fierce, not because it burns more calories. Health is the boundaries you set because you finally believe you're worthy of peace. You don't need to vanish to be validated. You don't need to look fragile to be feminine. You don't need to chase a version of yourself that was built on fear, guilt, and measurement charts. What you need, what you deserve, is the kind of health that radiates from the inside out. The kind of confidence that doesn't ask, "Am I enough?" because the answer is already yes.